Right. Oh god, I hope this works. There we go, we're live. Lovely. Hello everyone, if you're there. Don't know how this will go. Excellent. Right, I better go and tell everyone. Forgive the typing. Don't know if anyone can hear me. Probably no one there. I'm talking to myself. Right. I'm doing the admin for this in real time. Hang on, live chat. Thank you. I wish they wouldn't set it like top chat as default. Oh, hang on. Oops. Stop playing my video. Stop it. Nobody there yet. Anybody watching? Oh, hang on. This happened the last time, isn't it? Public. Done. Save. Right, I think that's done it now. Let's see. If not, I'll have to restart it if that's the... Oh god, YouTube's not doing enough. Let's see, let's refresh. Is that doing it now? If not, I'll have to start again. It's probably not doing it. Oh, we've got a viewer. Or is that me? Let's have a look. It's not showing up on my home page, which is annoying. Let me refresh again. Oh, live. Here we go. There we go. It's doing it. Lovely. Excellent. We got some people. Lovely. Sorry, I had it set to unlisted, so I was streaming for a minute there, and it was. I wish YouTube wouldn't do that by default. What's kicking cancer? Oh, you'll find out in a minute. Once I do the admin for this in real time. Alright, hang on. I've got to go and tell everyone. If you hear a lot of things talking, that's just my headphones probably playing the thing. There we go, it's working, lovely. Alright, hang on. Right, I've got to go and tell everyone. I will look at the chat in a moment. I'm going to be just posting the links so everyone knows I'm streaming, because YouTube never tells anyone that I'm streaming. I mean, it's been a while since I've done it. I think it was May I had a look on the thing, so it's alright. Alright, to the Discord. By the way, if just a reminder, I do have a Discord if you want to join. I think there's a link somewhere in my channel. Give me a moment. I can see why some of these big YouTubers have like loads of like moderators and like producers and things, because it's like trying to run a small movie studio when you're just a guy streaming on your computer. Everyone, live stream for. What's the day? 19th. Yes, I want to send a Discord. Thank you. There we are. Lovely. Oh, good. YouTube has that. Excellent. I was worried it wasn't going to be notifying because I started doing it unlisted because I forgot to. I always forget to edit that when I'm doing it, but it seems to work. So that's all right. Right. The Discord message has been sent out. Now I have to go to Twitter. Yeah, and I don't know how long this stream will be. Probably just like an hour, maybe, because there's not much to talk about other than King and Conqueror or King and Cancer, which is a name I came up for about 5 minutes ago, I think, before I started streaming. I think I'm going to call that when I do the video. Actually, that would be good. It came to me in a dream. These great names. Come on. I'm sorry, it sounds like I've got an old typewriter, but that is just my keyboard. No, I want to send it. Send it. Thank you. There we go. Oh, good. We've got a few people watching. That's excellent. What's the next? Oh, yeah, Facebook. Did I mention? Yeah, I think. I did mention the community. I do have a Rumble channel as well, just as like a backup for the YouTube. But I'm not going to be. I'm just going to be re-uploading the old ones on there. Mainly because they didn't actually have an education section when trying to select them, which is annoying. But that's just like I thought, just in case if anything ever happened, like I don't know, YouTube deleted itself. At least there's a backup somewhere so people still watch my videos. Links to that somewhere. Right, I'm on the Facebook page. There we go. What's on my mind? I want to do a post. Facebook is terrible. No, I don't want to do that. Go away. Facebook is terrible though. Like you can barely search anything on here anymore. I only really have it just because of the channel. Just for posting updates and stuff. But it's not as good. Stream 19th. Sorry if I sound a bit tired. That's because I am. There we go. So Discord's done. There we go. Come on. I hope it's holding up the internet as well, because I'm around my sister's at the minute, and she's got new Wi-Fi, so I don't know how how good it is. Any minute now. Posting. There we go. Excellent. Seems to be working. Let's come off that. Come off that. Good. There we go. Right. So that's there. Excellent. Good. So I was worried. I haven't used my microphone for a few months. I was worried it was going a bit, but seems to be holding up. So, well, hello everyone. I don't know how to start this really with the King and Conqueror discussion. Oh, it's refreshing on my end. Oh no, there we go. It's back. I don't know how to begin. Actually, that's a good question. How many people in the chat have actually seen King and Conqueror? I've got 11 people there. How do I start a poll? Engage with my audience. Oh, here we go. I'll start a poll. Have you seen King and Cancer? Yes, no. Start poll. There we go. Not doing it. Yeah, just let people roll in. Answer the poll. No, so 100% no at the minute, which is good. I'd also gauge how many people have actually seen this this show. Haven't seen it, but I've heard mixed things. So answer what? Oh, as first chatter. Actually, technically, I think your fact you should bully people who defend push of pikes. Okay. I'll be honest, I've forgotten half the stuff. My English Civil War knowledge has gone a bit downhill of late. I don't like the way they do it in English Civil War reenactments, where it's like a rugby scrum. Because I know they have to do that for health and safety reasons, because it just looks silly though, because you see like in actual contemporary depictions they're in, basically they were trying to reenact Macedonian sort of phalanx tactics basically, and here just like, why did it look like a rugby scrum? Or the other way they do it, I saw in one, they would have like the pipes, they're sticking them in the ground so they don't poke each other, but just like, oh god. Yeah, never heard of it. Is it something about Charles and his health? No, it's William the Conqueror. Yeah, it's apparently about William the Conqueror, but it's yeah, it's not very good. Where do you even begin with this? It's worse. It's the worst historical show I've seen all year. Granted, it's not the there's not many coming out this year because nothing's happening. I should have added the Nothing Ever Happens guy here, because that sums up the state of historical dramas at the moment. Because if you want to go and get caught up, at the end of the last upcoming Tudor Dramas video, I did do a little segment on King and Conqueror just as an extra bit. It's meant to be about the Norman Conquest. Currently, I have seen episodes 1 and 2. Then I wanted to kill myself, so I thought, no, I don't want to do that. So I skipped to. I've just read. I've probably demonetized myself now, haven't I? Shit. Never mind. And then I thought, right, so this. I'm skipping to episode 6 because that's when the actual Norman conquest stuff starts. The Battle of Hastings. Should I read some of the reviews for it? That would be good. Where's that article? I should have had this prepared. Sorry, this stream kind of happened a bit haphazardly. Where is the stuff I have for this? Hang on. YouTube. It's under medieval, isn't it? Because there is a hilarious article. I'm going to read that when I do a video. Because I'm going to record a video. I don't think after this. I think maybe probably in the week sometime. Unscripted one on King and Conqueror. Because it just needs it. King and Conqueror articles. There we go. Oh, God. If you're on Twitter, you might have heard of the series because they decided to do the usual diversity casting, which makes even less sense in this period because of what was the term I saw on one? I think they were calling them the Afro Blacksons, which is like, and I've probably been demonetised again now, haven't I? Oops. It's a joke, Kate. It's called King and Conqueror. I'm calling it King and Cancer because it's it's cancer. Where is it? Here we are. Right, these are all. Should I read through some of my notes I wrote while I was watching this live? So this is episode 1 notes. Oh boy, I'm sure this will be fine. The reviews are glowing. Yeah, years earlier because they have this. The series they starts off at the Battle of Hastings, but they do this weird like black and white thing. And it's in this red text, otherwise you can barely read when it's on screen, which is, I know that's a really petty complaint, but just, I can't read that, it's terrible. And this thing, it goes back to when Edward the Confessor becomes king. Now that was in 1042 off the top of my head, and the Battle of Hastings was in 1066. But the characters don't age, they all look about the same, like it was only like a year earlier or something. It's really, like, why did you condense all that? Yeah, this is Temu Game of Thrones, I wrote down here. That's another one. It's only in the opening thing. It's like literally the opening like minute of it when they're doing the Battle of Hastings, and then it just goes to colour for the rest of it. It's like they're trying to do an artistic thing, and it just didn't work. The only thing they got right was not starting to at the start of 1066. Yeah, but the problem is like they barely. It feels like they didn't cover that very well. Like while they got the claims, like. At least a bit. Now, granted, as I said, I missed episodes 3 to 5, so the only thing I missed is Edward the Confessor, who is a complete weakling in this. He beats his mother to death with his own crown, apparently. Thank God I missed that scene, because that sounds utterly rubbish. I think in my notes I said this is basically like what was it like? It's like the White Princess and the Spanish Princess, like, but it's in 1066. Like literally, because Emma of Normandy, who's Edward the Confessor's mother, it feels like it's just Margaret Beaufort from the Spanish Princess and all that. They just given her a Norman coat of paint, if you will. What was it? My name is Kawan Calendar. What do you put the level of the tutors? Do you mean to any other person to the legacy of? I don't know what that means. Sorry, I'm gonna have to reword that a bit. Yeah. I've only just started scratching. Oh, she remember Frost. Yeah, she probably is. That. Oh, do you feel get Game of Thrones copy from the Tudors? You mean? Oh, right, a lot in the way that they told the stories in the TV show. I mean, it was HBO did it. I'm sure they definitely used that as inspiration. That was kind of like the. Oh, then you could argue possibly the Rome series they did. Was it just called Rome? Yeah, I think it was called Rome, wasn't it? A little bit, but definitely, I do think the Tudors probably did use that as a bit of inspiration. The fact that some of the casting was going to be the same, wasn't it? Because what's her name? Catherine Howard. What's the actress called? Tamsin Merchant. She was going to be Daenerys, wasn't she originally? But then, well, they could never quite agree what happened with her, wasn't it? It was like one thing is she didn't want to do it because she said she felt uncomfortable doing the sexy scenes, but then she was in the Tudors around about that time. It was like. Okay, but then others said she was fired, but then nobody seemed to agree on that. Every year you get a different article on that, but yeah, they definitely use that as inspiration. But yeah, King and Conqueror. Where is that article? I should bring that up. Yeah, and it definitely does feel like Spanish Princess, though, like with the costumes as well, are just utter dog shit. Where are the pictures? I should get them up, actually. I wonder if they're probably on the IMDb. Let me go on the IMDb a minute, and I'll... This is probably tanking the stream that I'm typing this and searching. Yeah, here's the link to the IMDb. Yeah. 5.3. That seems higher than what it was. Oh yeah, I mean, I covered some of this in that video I was talking about. Here we go, just for everyone. So these are the Saxons. I'm just going to post this now. Can I have a look at that? There's Harold Godwinson. There's your Saxons. Who look... I don't know if anybody remembers the History Channel. It used to have this thing called History on it once upon a time. And in the 2000s, they did a series like documentaries like the Romans, like the fall of the Roman Empire and stuff, and they had like a lot of barbarians in it. And I swear these are the costumes from that series they did about 20 years ago, and they've just recycled them. And these are some... There's even worse, but they don't have the like the Mercians in here that... When have they got the Earl of Mercia? Where is he? Or maybe they're deliberately not showing it on the IMDb because of the controversy with the race swapping. No, he doesn't appear to be on here. Oh, they got this is it's I'm gonna be a laughing madman at the end of this. It's Harold Algeradas. Looks like come from like Monty Python, honestly. Anyways, why am I laughing? I don't know. Earl Morcar. Let's see if I get a picture of Earl. Here we go. Just have a look. They're probably not going to show it, are they? No, they're deliberately not showing it, aren't they? They're showing like everyone else. Oh, are they just keeping those pictures off, I wonder? Oh, no, here's one. Is the best I can do is some like Facebook page, I think, unless they got another one. Nah, that's a bit low res. I'm trying to find like a decent one. So, there you go, that'll have to do. Yeah, here's Earl Morcar. Now remember the Anglo-Saxons. You know, just think of the Bayeux Tapestry. Well, you that just looks. That's 100% like the Bayeux Tapestry. Honestly, that's coming soon if the French don't stop it. So make sure you'll see him on the Bayeux Tapestry soon when it comes to London. There you go. Look, I mean this is just it is 100% like him. Look, where are we? There you go, look. No, that's Discord. There you go, look there. It's 100%. I can't tell the difference, can you? You know. You killed me, I hate this time. Yeah, acting is dog shit. Sorry, I keep saying that a lot in this thing, but God, yeah, it's really bad. The one that this is probably gonna be an odd take, but like it's Bo Bragason, the name is. He plays God, I forgot what they renamed her to now because she's Edward the Confessor's wife. What she was an Edith. There was a lot of Edith. So it's like Catherine in like the Tudor period. What was her next? You'll forgive me. My Anglo-Saxon history is not as strong as my Tudor, so I'm a bit. Yeah, Edith of Wessex. But I think they renamed her like Gunhild or something, don't they? I'll get to IMDb. But yeah, Bo Bragg, she's awful. She does not feel like she's acting. She's just like walked on set and just started delivering her lines. It's like, and I'm thinking because I was watching. I got it on Blu-ray again. I've seen it quite a few times. It's Nicholas and Alexandra, 1971. It's about the last Tsar of Russia and his family. And again, the daughters in that, there's Lynn Frederick is Tatiana, Fiona Fullerton's Anastasia. I forget the other two. And Ian Marston, who was in Napoleon, she was a nun apparently recently, is Olga. And I think it's Candace Glendinning, I think, is Marie. And they're only like a little bit, and their acting is like way better. There's just something about like direction back then when they did historical films. They actually feel like they're acting and they can do stuff. And nowadays they're just a lot of modern actresses are like this, and actors where they're just sort of bland at delivering the lines. And like, is this just some problem with like just teaching it in general? Is there no talent anymore? Does it all die off? Just like, yeah. I guess the Fourth Doctor's Rasputin, of course. Loads of famous actors in it. Laurence Olivier, Kurt Jürgen is the German consul to Switzerland. Brian Cox is Trotsky, I believe. Yeah, so quite a few. Where are we? Oh god, yeah. Just show this one again. I don't know what it is with the obsession with leather and all these like kind of medieval style things. Yeah, Helen Mirren and Jeremy Irons, and that's a really good series. That's the Elizabeth from 2004, I think it is. Even I'm going to say this right. Ray Winstone as Henry VIII was like a better actor, unironically, and that film was that was terrible. But it's like it felt like he had more passion than like most of the cast of like King and Conqueror. Yeah, I don't know why this one is like annoying me more than the other, because like, I've seen a lot of shit over the past. Sorry, why am I swearing so much? Like, I don't know. Oh, hello, Mitch. There's quite a few people watching today, which is good. Which is, I guess it's posts are working because like the YouTube don't tell people I'm streaming. But I think it's been a constant barrage of it, hasn't it? I mean, like when I start covering this sort of stuff. When I start my channel, I mainly just did the old stuff. I was doing like, Cromwell and things. And I start covering a bit with like, newer stuff with like Spanish Princess, White Princess and things. But then we've had like, Black Anne Boleyn. We had My Lady Jane. It's a shame that got cancelled, didn't it? Which I just, hang on. Just to remind everyone of the really accurate casting. I'm sorry this is going to sound like, a typewriter here, but what ones did we get here? Just to remind... Oh, I can't give you a bigger picture than that, internet. Oh, that... Come on, load. Is that going to load? Probably not. And there we go. I think that should do it. So just remember, everyone, that My Lady Jane series from last year. This is on the left is Lady Jane Grey, and on the right is Edward VI. There you go. That's King Edward VI right there. Just. This is my Joker arc, isn't it? I should just change my profile picture just like a clown with like a nose on. Just. Oh dear. Just a reminder, just for comparison. Let me get this up when it loads. Here we go. So yeah, this is the portrait of Edward VI. They're exactly the same. It's exactly the same. 100%. Yeah. Elizabeth Minister, yeah, that's one of my. Glenda Jackson, I think, is my favourite Elizabeth I. And of course, remember the oh god, yeah, of course, Margot Robbie with with Mary Queen of Scots. That was 2019, wasn't it? That was like the beginning of that, because they started, but it was just like the English ambassador was like sort of race swapped, and they're like, it's like, no, that don't matter, just an ambassador, no, it's fine. And then there's like, it gets to like, we've just done Anne Boleyn now, just like, you're racist. Yeah. I mean, also what happened? I assume in the timeline of My Lady Jane, the Henry VIII went out for a packet of cigarettes and never came back or something. Was that too edgy? Or sorry. Oh dear. You can only laugh at this because it's like, why are they doing this? But my opinion, though, I think it's like there's two schools of like sort of how they approach. I think there's the kind of like the ones who really truly believe in doing all this, which is like Amazon and Channel 5, who will be constantly going all out. So it'll be like, you know, Edward VI is gay, black, and disabled, and I'm not making that up. That's what he is in the show. Or, you know, Black Anne Boleyn. But then we get the BBC, who are actually, ironic, I think are a bit less, because they seem to do it like with a lot of the ones, they have to do like the bare minimum, like with Wolf Hall. You know, it was Jane Seymour's sister got swapped, and then just like a random courtier or two in the background. Because there was silly thing, I think it's the BAFTAs are putting like diversity requirements, like you have to have X amount of of diversity on screen to be eligible for a BAFTA, which is ridiculous. Because that would rule out like pretty much every other thing that won a BAFTA up to that point. And most historical dramas are just ridiculous. And then, so I can't make my mind of if it's genuine that they want to do this for political reasons, or if it's some of it just like we have to do it for the BAFTAs. Is a mixture of the two. Apparently, it's a success though. This King and Conqueror series, where and funny thing is that my mum has actually been watching it, and I told her that, Mum, just skip a few episodes, and then she said, "You were right, son. I should have just skipped it. This is absolutely awful." Like, but yeah, here's the. It's a great success, King and Conqueror, as you can see. It's a streaming hit, and do you know where it hit on the chart when it loads? If you go on the article, they're using a picture of just Jamie Lannister, because same actor. I will say, I think like actually he's not as bad as William. Like if this had been better written, he would have been a decent Duke William. Give him a good script, he'd probably been fine, but they didn't. Where was it? It says in this article here somewhere. Yeah. HBO's new historical drama, because I think the American show and HBO was a joint thing, gained a following shortly after release, ranking 10th on the platform's most watched shows on September 6th. That's a great achievement, everyone. That's like, it got 10th. That's that meme of the guy like he's standing on the podium, he's like drowning himself in champagne, and the other like contestants are standing line just looking down at him like, really, you're 10th? Like, and that was if that was for that week. But that's not the article I wanted to read through. Where is it? I'm going to read this through in the main video. Tatler, where is it? Because they filmed this in Iceland, known for its resemblance to Anglo-Saxon England, right down to like the volcanoes and the desolate landscape. Oh, damn it. Come on. There we go, come on. When it loads. Yeah. Oh, you can bet they probably will do that at some point, because they're kind of running out of Tudor stuff to do. ITV is meant to be doing a series on Elizabeth I called Majesty, but there's basically no news on it, other than like one report I found that it's due to start filming in autumn of this year, which is now, but there's been nothing. Yeah, no, they can't film it in England. This is the weird thing, is like we have a load of tax rates for films, and they will come over and film like that Indiana Jones movie they did, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery, or whatever it's called, and they filmed that in like Glasgow or something to represent America, and then meanwhile we're off filming like Shard Lake, which is set in like Tudor England in like Romania, and then Anglo-Saxon England in Iceland. It's like, I'm just thinking of that old Simpsons episode where they got a load of cows, and they're just like, why are you painting the cows to be horses? Like, no, they look more like horses on screen. They're just like, yeah. Well, you say that, Kate. Though remember, we did have Black Anne Boleyn, so right. Anyway, this is the. Oh, dude, this is a clown of a stream. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh yes, South Africa for the Devil's. Oh yeah, that was one. New York, that's it. Yeah. As you know, I mean, I guess the crime levels are the same, are they? But yeah, that's the. Yeah, that's the. They haven't announced the casting for it yet, so that's coming. I'm calling now. But I want everyone to go and read this article for a minute. So reject the invite. It was never meant to be historically accurate. Sorry, I just have a drink a sec. My throat's going. King and Conqueror's costume designer reveals how the period outfits hold the key to the secret politics of the BBC drama. And the costume designer is Margaret Einarsdóttir, I think. I'm not Icelandic, so I can't pronounce that. But where is the paragraph I saw? Here we go. It's not historically accurate. It was never meant to be, she tells Tatler. We did not want to make a documentary of the era. This is fiction, which is why it's set in 1066, and we want to tell it our own way. Why is it all like this? Oh, poles apart from the kind of meticulous academic recreations of Wolf Hall, this is a kind of show where King Harold laments a hangover and the entire contingent of Godmen swear like sailors. History is not to be trusted, as Einarsdóttir knows. Oh, God. But this is... let me just get this up here. This is one of the concepts she did for William the Conqueror. That looks like a character from Skyrim. Am I making that up? That's I've seen lords like wearing that in Skyrim. Yeah, where's the other one? We looked at the Bayeux Tapestry, which is really the only thing that you can actually look at. Okay, it's period correct, but of course it's made by the victorious ones. That can be fake news as well. So that means that they're black then? Like were they lying? What we really want to do is to make it quite raw, make it simple, make it about textures and storytelling. And where was the best paragraph? I think it's towards the end. Where is it? Here we are. This is talking about how they try to make everyone look the same. We didn't want them to be too different because we are just people and we're all one race. We are the human race, and then we're just killing each other, she concludes. And I think that's also something that's worth portraying somehow. So, yeah, that's what... Again, I think it's quite famous. William the Conqueror, he said before the battle, now remember, we're all one race, we're the human race, and then they went, woo, long live the human race. They weren't going, woo, Normandy, or woo... That was it. It was all lovely and egalitarian. I'm just thinking of that, like, Miss, like, South Carolina clip or whatever it was, where she's like, I think we should have, like, education, and, it's like, did they get her to do the costuming? Because, like, what is that? Like, I wasn't going to make a video, and like, I'm purely going to record a video just because of that comment. Like, and that's the... Oh. This is an utter clown car of a series. Like, you go from Wolf Hall, where they were, like, meticulously researching costumes and how things go. Yeah, the Vanessa Redgrave Mary Queen of Scotland, that is a documentary by comparison, honestly. Like, even the Tudors from, like, 15 years ago is like, more accurate by comparison. Like, how the hell did we get there? I know this is probably an unpopular opinion. I think we should, like, just wipe out the nation of Iceland. I'm probably going to get arrested for that now, but if this is what it's like, Iceland, I'm sorry. Like, you got to go. Just a second. Yeah, Tudors versus... That'll probably be what this Majesty series was on ITV. Yeah, I mean, Starkey, remember back in the day, was like complaining about like sort of the Tudors series, and like God, if only you knew how bad things are now. Oh, and then I remember I was watching is it History Hit? There's like not Dan Jones, Dan Snow, beg pardon. They're all called Dan for some reason. Here's when they had like Susanna Lipscomb and a load of other female historians and people on, and they were talking about Becoming Elizabeth like 2 years after it came out, and Oh god, they were doing the like, well, it's not meant to be a documentary thing. It's like, oh, this is why we're in this like hellscape we're in, because people don't push back enough. Because like I've got this in the Napoleon review. Is what do you do? Hello, boy. Sorry, that's the dog. You alright? What's up? Yeah, he's alright. But yeah, like, I've got this in the Napoleon review. There's interview with Rosemary Ann Sisson, who was a writer for a lot of the Tudor drama they did in the 70s. And she, hello, good boy. And she was basically saying, like, I think it's wicked to, like, change history and the facts and stuff, which is why I tried to make it as accurate as possible. And now you got this new generation that just don't care. And it's all of them. It's like every time there's a historical drama it ends up like this. It's so insane. So I will say with King and Conqueror, like, it's like the Battle of Hastings, like, by comparison to the other stuff, wasn't like they at least still had like the concept of, like, okay, he's on a hill, the Saxons, they're in a shield wall, Norman's got archers, they do the thing with William, they sort of think he's dead, or they kind of make out it's more like they do it, like he pretends to fall off his horse, and he's laying there like, yeah, I'm totally dead, guys. And he jumps, ha, I'm alive. Oh, so that's the dog, don't worry. Yeah, it's funny we say don't use reenactment groups. I got that in the Napoleon review with Paul Biddis, who was one of the advisors on Napoleon. Because I don't think I've got the clips, but he was like really moaning about reenactors in a interview he did with, I think it was Critical Drinker, after the movie came out. And he's saying, like, oh yeah, you don't want reenactors, they can't do the things, that we want them to do, like, physically and so. And he sounds really full of himself, this Paul Biddis guy. But there's a hilarious bit he was going about, like, why they had trenches at Waterloo. And it's like, well, I couldn't do anything. I already dug them when I got there. So, it's funny because, like, people criticise Gettysburg for something because you do get a few of the reenactors who look a bit like, you're not quite period appropriate, really, because, half of the Union Army look like they're in the, like, 60s. And, but, of course, historically, they're going to be a load of young men. But that look way better, though, than, like, a lot of modern ones. Because, like, God imagine they did the American Civil War stuff now. They'd probably just be like in like oh, what's that? Let me get that one. What's that? Like, is it Only Plays? No, it wasn't Only Plays. It was one of the guys that did a video like modern, like, World War II games. Let me go find it. Hang on, modern. I think this is the one. That's it. This is you could just apply this to, like, most historical dramas nowadays. This is just change this for, like, anything, and that could just be like, yeah, the Union cavalryman and leather biker gear. That'd be it. Robert E. Lee probably turned up in the in the car with the Confederate flag on it, like they did in the what was that show in the 80s? What it was where they're driving the car, Dukes of Hazzard, was it? Yeah, managed to take out the historical drama anime from Japan. I'm actually surprised they haven't covered that more. They do reference stuff like that, don't they? Like some of the because they do love referencing, like, British sort of, like, Victorian era stuff in a lot of the things, but. I know, like, Princess Principal had a bit, like, there's a passenger line. It was in the Gossick they have a bit with, like, a passenger line, don't they, sinking? But yeah. Any good moves from the 60s about the Covenanters? I doubt it. I can't think of any. There's not many about that period in general. I don't think, like, the Civil War struggle. So yeah, I never watched Serpent Queen. I saw that one picture, like, the guy with, like, the zipper. I was like, no, I've got enough to deal with. Yeah, shot by a Desert Eagle. I don't know what they do with. I think I used to joke they'd probably get, like, Morgan Freeman to play Robert E. Lee, but then probably he's a Confederate general, isn't he? So they'd have to. Who would be modern casting, you think, for, like, an American Civil War movie? I think Pedro Pascal's got to be in there. He'd be Lincoln. I think we'd have got Pedro Pascal's Lincoln. He's got to be in everything. Who else are we thinking? Oh yeah, I just looked at the poll. That's still going. How long has that been going? That poll. I'm just going to how do I screenshot this again? There's my screenshot thing. I can't remember. Print screen. That's it, isn't it? That's it. I'm just going to screenshot this for my video. I think just the poll of like how many people in my chat have not seen it. End poll. That's it. Zendaya's right. Yeah, Zendaya. Yeah. Oh yeah, they'd have Zendaya as Robert E. Lee, and then it'd be Tom Holland as Ulysses S. Grant, and they get together and like marry at the end of the movie. Oh no, it'd be Zendaya as Ulysses S. Grant, and Tom Holland would be Robert E. Lee. That's it. Viewers on Lawrence of Arabia. I've not seen that film for some years. It was really good when I last saw it. It's amazing, but they used to make movies were really long back in those days, and they used to make them like an actual like epic. And now they just I don't know what they're doing. Wesley Snipes as Lee, possibly. We've got things more. Who do they keep casting everything of like? And then you probably got to have like a diverse, like the Battle of Gettysburg. They got to do it so like the Confederacy are like on the verge of like winning the war or something, and they're like the Union that number like 10-1. Like we're memeing about this could happen though. We could end up with, like I say, with Majesty, which is like the other thing I had on. I wasn't really sure what I was going to be talking about today, but other than King and Cancer, but with Tudor Drama is like basically half of the stuff I said that's happening there's been no news of. That Mary the First comedy they were going to do with what's her name? Oh, Doctor Who's companion. What was her name? Ginger one. Can't remember. But yeah, but that's been absolutely no news of that for like 2 years now. So that's stuck in development now. And like I said, the only thing His Majesty is. There's meant to be filming now, but there's no news of casting. And James Strong, the director of it, the last time he's been heard, he's been off in China, in Chengdu, getting the Golden Panda Award from the CCP. Karen Gillan, that's it. Crack. My name just completely name just went blank from it there. It needs to be filmed based on the life of Deborah Sampson as a woman. As a driver's up as a man in the Revolutionary War. He says Sampson. Elliot Page, let's go with that one. I think that's perfect casting. This stream's gonna get me cancelled, isn't it? What was I talking about before then? Oh yeah, sorry, the Tudors, yeah. Because like I said, ITV is meant to be making this. It's meant to be like Elizabeth I, which just let me get the press release of it just to remind everyone about it. ITV. Where's the press release? Here we are. This is from ITV itself, and this was in December last year. They announced this, and I've done a bit of research. I found that they formed a company because if you go on the thing called Company's House, which is like if you're a company, you have to put all your details on there. And I found that the Strong Film and Television, which is the production company that's doing it for ITV. They formed a thing called like Tudor something Limited in like early 24. So this has been planning for some time, and we're like nearly 2 years away. And then I'm gonna say it's completely weird doing a comedy about Mary the First, but that one apparently is not happening. But oh god, yeah, the Odyssey. Yeah, I've got somebody to mention in the chat earlier, and I forgot to respond. Yeah, that looks like complete. Like I'm not gonna bother watching that. And that's got Zendaya and Tom Holland in it, isn't it? I think people probably would criticize some of those old like Harryhausen ones from the '60s looking a bit dated now, but they look like masterpiece compared to like most modern things. I mean, hell, what was the one? I don't think it was was Harryhausen involved in it, but it was the was it Clash of the Titans? Is the one? It's got Laurence Olivier and it's Zeus, isn't it? Like some of them were just like they felt more like brighter and livelier. You get like modern, like again, King and Conquer does, is that it just looks grey and dull and horrible. Yeah, but anyway, sorry. This is just a reminder, that's the series on Elizabeth I that ITV is meant to be working on. And that's the director there, and he's missing in action. I was trying to look at them because I don't know if this is a picture taken from when they're actually planning it. And I was trying to decipher what's on the like whiteboard at the back. I'm getting that desperate, and I couldn't decipher it too much, but I could see like defends the something emotionally, I think. But that might be for some other project they're working on, for all I know. All dead, so I can see. So who knows what's going to happen if that actually happens. But the problem is they're saying is that basically funding has dramatically dropped for a lot of these things. I think it was something like, because Evidence America put a load of tariffs on stuff, that has really driven up film costs over here. So something like, I think there was like some acting or something like 65% of like British actors don't have work at the minute. So we might actually ironically come to the end of a lot of the studio dramas for a bit, because Clash of the Titans, yep, that's it. Yeah, they all look so dirty. It's like, and they're meant to be like nobles and aristocrats, but it's... I don't know. There's also, I hate this like blue filter. I started noticing like the other Berlin girl, you know, had like that piss yellow coloured filter, and then whenever it's like anything else, it's like bluey grey. And it feels like ever since that period, like all films like that, like bluey grey sort of filter on them. Like the polling is really bad for this, like because I'm nearly getting. I've got 2 more chunks that I should be uploading soon, and then I've got 1 more chunk to do, and then we're there basically, and it'll be done probably the next couple of months. Fingers crossed, but I won't promise anything because might still have a load of copyright trouble because Apple's been quite terrible with it. Yeah, obviously, yeah, no one washed. It's true. Water didn't exist. And it's editing that is hell because like whenever there's like anything, it's just this blue grey sort of mush on screen. Because I only point out like there's behind the scenes picture like Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon, and he's got his uniform on, he's got all his gold lace, looks quite fancy and so on. And then you see it in the movie, and it's just grey because of all this horrible blue filter that's slapped on it. I don't know. I've heard some of them saying that it was they do that because of like the CGI thing now to cover the bad CGI stuff up, but hairstyle and women character probably not. I mean, they definitely didn't get the men's style right because again, the Norman haircut is not present at all, which is like it's. I mean, watch something let's say like Lord of the Rings from the 2000s. You could tell like when they're in Rohan because the people of Rohan look. You know, they're generally sort of redheads, blondes. Their architectural style looks quite Norse, doesn't it? And the costumes fit that. Gondor, they're a bit different. You can tell, can't you? You know, if this was made today, it'd be like Rings of Power where you can't tell who's who. And then they act like it's some deep thing. Oh, yeah. BBC's been showing the Dunkirk films of the 50s constantly of late, which makes me wonder they haven't got any films licensed, so they're just showing a few of the old ones. I think I got it recorded to watch because I started watching a bit, and they did a lot better job in the 50s of showing like multiple different perspectives with films. I feel because like now they just concentrate on like 1 or 2, and like but you can say like A Night to Remember is good when you manage to build enough character but also show many different viewpoints. It worked really well, and they can't do that now for some reason. Yeah, Rings of Power, which is I mean they're filming season 3 at the minute, I think, aren't they? Which is funny because they started filming in New Zealand and then the tax breaks dried up or something. There wasn't some legal action, and then they moved it to the UK. And then all the people in like Surrey, wherever they're filming, are really angry because they're causing trouble. So I heard there was something like locally to me. There's just not up the road, but like a few villages over there trying to make a film studio there, which is like I don't know what you're going to be filming because there's nothing around here. Nothing's happening. So. Yeah, I heard that. Like Nolan used the actual Dunkirk time, and obviously it's, you know, it's not the same. It's a bit like they're filming that Narnia one now at the minute, aren't they? Because that's another one because like that's gone a bit under the radar. With I know this is not historical, but just like I do have a bit of interest in the Chronicles of Narnia. They're doing the new Narnia was they're setting it in the 50s, even though. The one they're setting is The Magician's Nephew, which is the prequel, if you will, which is set in like late Victorian, early Edwardian era. Let me get where's the pictures? And that's the problem though, because that's Greta Gerwig doing it.
Now, if this is the prequel and they moved to the 1950s, where do you think they're going to be set when they do the Lion, Witch, the Wardrobe, which will come next? When do you think they're going to period they're going to be setting that in? That's the modern one, isn't it? And that makes me wonder, wait a minute, the whole thing with the Lion, Witch, the Wardrobe, it was set, you know, during the war and the evacuees. So what are they going to do with the Pevensies in like the modern day? Like, are they going to do it? They're not blood siblings, you know? Yeah. Oh, they don't tell them they don't want to do Wizard of Oz, do they? Oh no. Oh, there's a couple. Is that the one? I don't know. They've got pictures there. There's one with some better pictures of it. This is Narnia Web, I think, is the coming up. Come on, sorry, my internet's a bit slow today. So I say mine as my sister's come around hers. Here we go. I think that's it. Here's the Meryl Streep. That's not been confirmed. Meryl Streep as Aslan, but it'll probably be happening. Yeah, you're right. That might be what happened. The Pevens, they're going to be refugees fleeing across the channel or something. Yeah, unless it's going to be in the Magician's Nephew, it's going to be he's going to be warning of like Trump coming or something. I could see that happening. But yeah, okay. That's some of the new one set in the 1950s. There they are. There's some better ones as well somewhere. Although also the BBC said they did it in the 80s and 90s, which I know gets shit on because of the bad like effects, but I think I quite like that one. That's getting a Blu-ray release, which is good. Where is it? Next page. There's some better ones somewhere. Where? Come on. But yeah, here's come on, load. These are the ones playing Polly and Diggory. And God knows what they're going to do with this. Like I said, obviously the rumour is it's going to be Meryl Streep voicing Aslan, which is weird. And they're going to set it in the 1950s when again Moon Falls. So obviously, because the plan is apparently they're going to do all of them, which is insane to me. I wonder if that will happen though, because Netflix, they do tend to cut things off if it gets too much. So if it flops, I bet they'll probably do this. Maybe the Lion, Witch, the Wardrobe, and that'll be it. I personally think, but and like Rings of Power, you just keep going. Yeah, God, yeah. Edmund de Luna being the Austrian painter. Oh God. What's the status on my magnum opus? I did cover it a little bit early, but I'm hoping in the next couple of months because I've got 2 more sections. I'm nearly done, and they should be up within like next few weeks. Hopefully, I'll load them both for like patrons and channel members. Which can I get the links for that? I don't know. Let me go on my thing a minute. Do I have the link? View my channel. I don't know how to get the links to these things. There's my disc. I think that link still works. Let me copy the link address. Just a reminder, everyone, if you want to join my Discord, oh wait, hang on, has that done it? No, that's not done it. Stupid thing. No. Why? What is it with YouTube links and they just never work properly? Come on. Yes, I'm sure I want to leave YouTube. Come on, that's it.
when it loads. Right, I think that should work. So yeah, if you want to join my Discord, there. Yeah, someone said to go which way. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like my Narnia at the minute, so. Yes, I'm sure I want to leave YouTube. Go. But it's amazing though, like when I was growing up, like they were doing, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Narnia, and now I've just turned 30, so now they're doing Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Narnia. Just like it never ends. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, and there's if you want to become a patron and give me money, that's there. And how do I do the? I can never do the link for channel memberships on here. We have to be purchases and memberships or something like that. No. Yeah. Sorry if there's long periods I'm not talking. That's just me trying to fiddle with modern technology. Copyright is it under earn. They're always changing the YouTube studio. I never figure things out. I hate what they're doing with the AI thing. By the way, that's getting on my nerves. I'll post that tweet in a minute. Let me just do the memberships. Where's the link I can do? Link to share. That's it. That's the one, right? And if you want to become a channel member, you sometimes get previous videos a little early before everyone else. That's the only real benefit. There you go. Let me get that tweet up I did. Into my profile. Where is it? Yeah, this is a question thing because apparently YouTube they're doing something with the AI thing. You can just like do more AI things with videos. And I've become a complete luddite on AI. And if we just go there, follow that tweet I yeah. New Lord. Oh, the new Lord. That's Rings of Power, which has already had a couple of seasons, but that's still good. But yeah, if you go and look at that tweet I did, there's a few examples and thumbnails. Let's just go through them together, shall we? If we open up the tweet. This one is the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon's final stand, history explained. Now, there's a few little problems, I think, with this being the Battle of Waterloo. If just get the picture, just in case people can't see it. There you go. There's the picture. That's not the Battle of Waterloo. They look like American. I mean, the guys at the front kind of look like American doughboys, but with like modern rifles. Then there's a bunch of like American Civil War looking guys at the back. And there's something about the American Revolutionary War on the text there. That's apparently the Battle of Waterloo, everyone. God, AI slop. Here's. Do you want to learn about the Spanish Armada, everyone? There you go. There's the Spanish Armada. The hidden history of the Spanish Armada. What really happened? Shocking. And there's a hole in a ship. Shocking. Then we got these are just. I've got like a folder with like 400 of these things in. It's just an endless tirade. I'm going to do a video on it someday when I don't know, run out of things to do. Here's another one. What was that one? Lady Jane Grey's execution was far more horrifying than you'd imagine. There's Lady Jane Grey being burned at the stake, which I don't remember happening. I thought she got beheaded, but AI has taught us the truth of this matter. Oh god, I should just rename this the clown stream. I think because this is just. Here we are. Here's the last. Here's the last one, and just Windsor Castle's haunted secrets, ghosts of Henry VIII, Anne Boleyn, Elizabeth I, and royal tragedy. And there they are.
There's Elizabeth II as well, looking a bit like, oh my god, it's the ghost of Elizabeth I. Ah, royal ghost. Ooh. Why are they always like just screaming loads of these AI things? I never get that. That's one of the things that are always the most off-putting with the AI things. They're just like, no, yeah, I hope it's that. They never get any views. That's the thing. A lot of these don't get views, but it's just like a constant like machine of it. But they must get enough views to like justify it or something with the algorithm. And then the problem is like it just absolutely strangles anybody else from trying to break out. Because like when I was looking at like sort of years ago, I often search things like say Henry VIII. You get maybe a few history YouTubers. You get maybe a few kids doing like college and like high school projects with it. And that's fine. And then suddenly now it's literally nothing but AI slop, and then you can barely find anything in there. Ugh. And what I hate is YouTube said they were going to crack down on it, and then they didn't, and now they're promoting it. There's one. I've got to go back to my Twitter again. Sorry, and find it. There's a thing on the on YouTube Studio when you're a YouTuber that gives you. They introduced the thing called like AI inspiration, where they say like AI can inspire you to make videos, and it was giving me some inspiration. I was like, this. Oh yeah, I'm inspired by these videos. Where are they? I've got to scroll down quite a bit. Here it is. Here it is. So shall we go through what AI thinks I should be doing on my YouTube channel? There it is. So I couldn't create the thumbnail for the first one, unfortunately, but the Tudors marched to power, Henry VIII and his rivals, even though he was already in power, because Henry VII was the one who took over. A rant about the Titanic from the perspective of a Tudor noble. There's a slight problem with that theory. I'm going to let people guess. Why do you think that's a problem? How a Tudor nobleman could rant about the Titanic? Tudor dramas, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then comparing the first queen to the Tudors, whatever the first queen is. But look. Oh dear. Oh yeah, nice to see Suswick, is it? Yep. Yeah, that was what Thumb was most successful. Just copy that. Yeah. And with my channel, what did it just because I cover things like the Tudors and the Titanic, it just mushed them together and created that unholy abomination. Yeah, it's shocking, and this is what something YouTube has put in the thing is like they took away dislikes. There is like that extension I do have that does like kind of bring it back, but it's not perfect really. Took away loads of other features, and then they do things like that, and just like, what are you doing, YouTube? I forget who it was, but somebody once said it's a bit like imagine you like YouTube is like a boss, and just like, yeah, hello there, I've changed your desk for magic beans, and then you get fired if you complain about it. Oh. Right, I'm just going to scroll up to the top a minute because I've missed anything. Is he deleting comments? Because I noticed like Funny Creature was the first to comment, but then now his comments gone. I did not delete that, I promise you. Like, it just keeps doing this randomly. It will delete comments. And like, I'm sure I've got it set so it doesn't do that, but it's just like, oh, I don't know. No, I'm going to say, like, it's definitely not. I wouldn't have thought you'd have done it. Like, yeah, I've noticed when like in videos, it will just randomly do it. It comes. I'm like, there's times like occasionally I've had to do that in videos, but there's like literally, I think it was like Tudors react to 9/11. That would probably happen. I think it was like, but there was like a scam that was going on, like a bot thing, and YouTube wasn't cracking down on it, which is useful. And so I had to like manually go in and manually block the things, but that's about it, really. Oh no, I mean in the live chat as well. Like he's also doing it on live chat and in videos. Yeah, but it's doing it in his live chat definitely because I know unless it's gone, It might be maybe it's delayed. It's not kept something like maybe I'll have to see when it like the stream's over. On Sky History, Alice Roberts will be hosting a TV show on witchcraft. Oh no, that's not good. Maybe just because of the History Channel. They were doing AI things. I just remembered there was a documentary series they did. It was like oh, it was what was it called now? It was something like, you know, Tyrants of History or something, and it was literally AI generated. It was historians talking normally, and then it was a load of AI generated slop in an actual History Channel documentary that was on Sky History. And I was just like, what the hell? I hate this timeline we're in. I mean, maybe that Majesty series, that'll just be AI generated. That's what's going to happen. I mean, the only thing... There's a few things I could see it being useful. Like, say, like if you want to recreate lost media, but it still feels a bit creepy. Just something about, like, you see, like, when they did Rogue One, was it, like, 10 years ago, and they had, like, CGI recreating Tarkin. And then just, like, oh, God, you know, it's like... He's been dead for 20, 30 years, the actor. Like, you create Peter Cushing and just in, like, a kind of weird, like, CGI way. But hey, we could bring back John Wayne as Genghis Khan. That'd be good. Oh dear. What's these like? I've never seen this engage with your audience button before. So it's just polls, is it? Start Q&A. Oh, I'm doing that now. And then start a poll. All right. Why are they promoting AI so much? I think it's probably just because it's money. it's well, one is money. It's just a lot cheaper. You can, I mean, you've seen that where like they're AI generating a lot of scripts and things as well. And all we got then just got to give it something to just, you know, do that. So it's just a matter of like they think it's cheaper than doing, you know, paying. But Omar Sharif did play Genghis Khan. Yes, I can't remember the film. I just vaguely remember that one. I remember the John Wayne one a bit. That's the one where John Wayne's one is where they went and filmed it on a nuclear test near a nuclear testing ground, and a load of them got cancer and died. That was oh yeah, J.R.R. Butler was Attila the Hun. I do remember that one. And Tim Curry was the Eastern Roman Emperor, wasn't he? From what I remember, and I think was Lena, you know, what's her name, Cersei Lannister actress. She was in it, wasn't she? Or am I muddling that up with something else? Can't remember. Yeah, the problem is that it's not going to go away. The AI is that that's the problem. They've promoted this way too much, and I think they was thinking, was it the government signed a big deal and they were like with AI or something, some AI infrastructure thing. So I was like, oh god, I'll get more. Yeah, I get muddled. I know she was in. It might be because I was thinking of that Merlin one as well. The one with Helena Bonham Carter and Sam Neill as well. I think she was in that one as well. It's funny though with all those like I do remember that Attila one. They always had the Romans, but they just like kind of like. They do the normal sort of Roman-looking helmet, like from like the sort of the 1st, 2nd century, not how the Romans actually looked at the time of Attila. But what do you think of how exactly Peter Jackson went downhill? I don't know really. He seems to have stepped back a lot from filmmaking, isn't he? Like he did. I mean, obviously the Hobbit films were a disaster, but he kind of got brought in the last minute, really, because it was going to be Guillermo del Toro, but there was a load of problems with the rights, and they wouldn't fund it, and he was ill himself at the time, so he did that documentary one, didn't they? They Shall Not Grow Old. I think that was quite good, actually. Although apparently he's coming back for Hunt for Gollum, isn't he? They're doing the movie. I'm sure that was Peter Jackson coming back for that, isn't he? Hunt for Gollum. With, like, you know, nearly 90-year-old Ian McKellen. Yeah, 2027. I'm sure he's in that, isn't he? Like, I know Ian McKellen's in it. I'm sure, isn't Peter Jackson involved in that one? Oh, Andy Serkis is directing it, but it's got Philippa Boyens as one of the writers on. Yeah, Elijah Wood's coming back as Frodo. You know, he's been like 30 years since nearly 30 years since they did that. I hope they base it off the hit game Lord of the Ring Gollum, because that is an exciting game. God, yeah, Ian McKellen's 86, and this film's coming out in 2 years. Apparently, he's going to be like 88 years old. Sorry, who doesn't like Lord of the Rings movies? I quite like Lord of the Rings. Oh right. Okay. Oh yes. Sorry, I missed that part of the question. Yeah. Brain to Meet the Feebles. Like I've never seen those films. I'm aware he made them, but like people said, like it's weird he went from. That's it. Yeah, but what are they going to do with The Hunt for Gollum? Because somebody did a fan movie of that, didn't they? Like 20 years ago, I want to say. Oh. It's just going to be like, you know, really old Viggo Mortensen just hunting down like Andy Serkis' Gollum, I guess. Just because remember they did do the Lord of the Rings anime recently, didn't they? War of the Rohirrim, which is pretty bad. Yeah, they were advertised, I think, on like Sky Box Office or something recently, but I can't think what would the what was the other thing that was coming out? There's something else they were just I saw was announced, and I was like, oh god, what was this? Because I covered Narnia, didn't I? Yeah, we covered Narnia. I know also they're filming the Harry Potter thing in a minute, aren't they? With Black Snape. Oh god, that reminds me of that. No, I better not think that. Yeah, search for Spock. Yeah, it does. Beam me up, Sauron. That'll be. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's so weird as well with like the Harry Potter casting. Like they do all the sort of like most of the casting is relatively like accurate. In fact, have they got an article with like just so people, if most people are probably aware, but just have they got the one with like them all? Oh, where is it? There's a really good one where they had them all like just listed like who they're playing and stuff. This article's got it, isn't it? I don't know. No, go away. God, I hate everything with like cookies. So go away. No, not showing the pictures. Well, if you just go search like Harry Potter cast, it actually comes up with pictures of the cast. But you got like, I'm not 100% keen on John Lithgow as Dumbledore, but yeah, but he could probably look all right. But you got Nick Frost. I think he could be a good Hagrid. And then some of the kid actors look funny. Like this was Alistair Stout as Ron. He looks alright. He's ginger. And then he's just like, so most of these look fairly decent. And then suddenly it's like just random black. I know. Remember he was Black Anne Boleyn's brother in the Channel 5 series. Papa Asaidu, I think. It's like it just so sticks out like a sore thumb. And then some people trying to say that, oh no, the actress playing Hermione looks like exactly like she does in the book. Like, does she? I didn't remember she had like sort of brown hair and freckles, didn't she, in the in the book? From I remember reading it, but there we go. But they're doing this sort of weird thing where they'd be like 100% accurate with some cast, then just a random bit. Just again, it's probably for BAFTAs and Oscars and things, but it's like, oh, I don't know. No, I don't leave my streams public because YouTube doesn't like it if you do that. It tanks your view count in your other videos for some reason. Apparently, this way everyone does this. In fact, a lot of people actually just then will completely re-upload on a separate channel because there's something with like view counts. Because live stream re-uploads don't get many views and that tanks it. So that's why I leave them. I list them, but I leave them in a playlist so people can watch them later. So. Yeah, it's funny as well because they're just reusing a lot of the same costumes and things, aren't they, from the films? So it makes you wonder, like, are you really? They're doing like a kind of soft reboot in a way, aren't they? Just like, but just as a TV series. So, and it's meant to be more book accurate, and then they're doing random things like that. So. Yeah. Oh, what's the dog barking? He's having a sleep and he's barking in his sleep. The dog. Yeah, exactly. What is the point of doing them? I don't know. Right, we're going an hour and a quarter. I'll probably wrap up. I think the next sort of like 5-10 minutes. I think if nobody's got much else to talk about, but oh yeah, the other Hogwarts houses. Yeah, but. You might get a bit. I don't know how. Are they going to be 8 episodes? These ones, or like that? That seems to be like the norm with most of these things. But and it's being filmed now. It's due out. Is it 27? It's due out. I think. I mean, like these actors are going to be like like they're like 10, 11 now. They're going to be like 25 by the time they finish doing this. So. But yeah, if anybody got any last sort of questions, get them in the next few minutes because I'll probably wrap things up now. I think so. This stream went quite quickly. I'm going to be quite sorry. The dog's sleeping, so I can hear him. He's barking in sleep, but yeah, it went quite quick this stream because I was just ranting about King and Conqueror for half of it. So. And my hope is I'm going to record an unscripted video on that at some point. We'll see how that goes. And then, like I said, I should be getting a bit more out on the Napoleon review soon. I'm aiming to get it done before Christmas, but I won't make any promises because Apple has been a bit harsh with the. Yeah, a lot of dogs I've had do that. Well, this is my sister's dog. This is Bobby. My dog does a bit as well, but they start like it's like barking in the sleep. It's like. Yeah, I don't get much time to stream really, but I do it when I can. But yeah, like my dog Bruno is obviously at home at the minute. He does that in his sleep a bit as well. It's like they're having like a, I don't know. I guess they're just fighting in their sleep. I guess some of them do that. Go 2 more minutes. I'll go to 1 hour or 20, and then we'll stop. And I hope the stream's been all right because obviously I keep saying like warning the stream doesn't have enough bit rate or whatever, but seems to be still going. So. Oh. Was there anything else we're going to say? No, I think it's mainly just like I said the King and Conqueror thing, and then just Napoleon, and then see where we are. I might do an upcoming Tudor Dramas video in December. But we'll see where we are with that Majesty series. If there's been any news on that, but it might just be that's in development hell and it will get cancelled. But and thanks for the I need luck with the editing because it's like Apple's terrible with copyright trying to fight them off. But fingers crossed we'll get there. All right, let's get 30 seconds. Yeah, they probably will make another Amberlin drama soon, I'm sure. So, Oh yeah, just remind. I think there's some links further up, but if you want to join the Discord, give me money stuff there. So yeah, right. I think I'll end it there. Then it's not been too bad stream. Just mainly just ranting about bad dramas, and I don't know when I'll next do one. I usually do community posts if I do. So yeah. But anyway, this has been the Laughing Cavalier. Wishing you a good day.